Hey guys, happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining me for this week's video. I had this whole video plan that I was going to talk about, and I decided that I needed to talk about this instead. Hence why I'm currently in my car parked at the gym. I decided that I needed to talk to you about information overload, because whilst I am definitely out here giving you information about fat loss and strategies and my stories and things that I have done that haven't worked and why from my personal opinion, but also from my professional opinion and things like that, I've also, just like many of you, been overloaded with information for years and years and years. Since the age of 11 or 12, which is when I probably first started to go on a diet, that's when I started to pick up all of this information, in magazines. When I was younger, we didn't have social media, so it's even more available now. But magazines from peers, like friends at school who had older siblings, you read about it in the newspapers, it's on TV, it's in TV shows. These are kind of topics that are dealt with in TV shows, and it's constantly being given to you. And then you kind of well, what do I do with it? How do I know what's the right information? How do I know whether this person is the person that has the answer? And I think that's where a lot of us go wrong. And I feel like we're constantly program jumping. We're constantly going from one thing to the next. Every year, for so many years, 10 years, I spent trying to find the answer, find the secret, constantly quitting or failing or not getting it right, and it would just make it worse. And the more I did it, it actually just took me further and further and deeper into this mindset that I had to look outside of myself for the answer. And I'm not saying that one day I woke up and realized that I had the answer, but through a process of challenging what other people tell me, challenging the diet baggage that you carry around, challenging what other people think is normal, challenging what you read, doing your own research, I hope that I give you information that you can kind of go, well, that makes sense. Why haven't I thought about that before? That's how I felt when I read it. When I read this information, I was like, well, I don't want to spend hours in the gym. I want to be able to eat without having to count every morsel of food. I like to journal, but I don't want to have to be doing it 24/7. So it's like, you have to look inside of yourself for the answer rather than constantly looking outside. And I get that that's difficult. It's a real challenge for a lot of people, but it's like trusting yourself. And then whichever process you choose to do, trusting that's how you're going to be successful long term, right? Because constantly searching and jumping from program to program, you never stop and actually get results. You never stop and actually see that you are being successful by just making a first choice, right? By just making that first choice, you are being successful. You are achieving progress. You are moving towards a healthier version of yourself. And the idea that a product or a pill or a quick fix is going to keep you happy, it doesn't. And the idea that fat loss will keep you happy, it really doesn't, because you have to make yourself happy. And I know that sounds corny, and I know some of you will probably be like, oh yeah, whatever, I've heard that before. Yeah, you've heard it before because it's true. I've told you my story. I went on this, what I didn't see as extreme, and now I kind of do, diet. I was only calorie counting. I didn't have any other responsibilities as such, so I was able to run and go to the gym and have a trainer and do all these things, and I did it for close to 9 months, and I lost 100 pounds of weight. But at the end of it, I didn't see a slim person. I was able to wear smaller clothes. That felt great, but did it define anything? Did it change the way I perceived myself? No. All that happened was it actually made it worse, because all that happened was I looked in the mirror and I saw stretch marks, I saw cellulite, I saw the fat girl pretending to be somebody else. That was what I saw. And now, with my body the way it is, 60 pounds lighter, and maintaining it for 3 years whilst I've had a baby and everything else, my body has done incredible things, and I've put it through a lot in the last few years. I am more confident in my skin now than I would be. I would probably be more happy to post like bikini pictures or wear a bikini on social media and share with you guys than I would have been 4 years ago, 3 years ago. Because I went on holiday and wore a bikini and I was uncomfortable as hell. I hated it. Everyone was going to be staring at me. Who is this girl thinking she can wear a bikini? These people didn't know me. They didn't know my story. As far as they were concerned, I probably was just this slim person. It's up here, right? It's up here. And I cover this in the 4-pillar formula because it is such a huge topic that is underutilized. Fat loss is great. Health is great. You've got to make this healthy as well as the rest of you, right? You've got to change the way you see yourself, and you've got to think about changing how you perceive health and what you want to achieve. There is nothing wrong with losing some weight. There is nothing wrong with wanting to see the pounds go down. That is fine because, hey, I'm there too. It's nice to see a couple of pounds off every few weeks, of course. But this is what's going to get you there forever, right? Changing your mindset to realizing that your worth, your personality, your passion, what makes you amazing is not defined by wearing a bikini. It's not defined by having 6-pack abs, right? Whilst those things require hard work, and I hold my hands up and applaud those people that achieve that, it's about you. What's realistic for you, right? Changing your mindset is what will get you there forever. Everything else, it's just daily habits.